Hello everybody, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to KawaKouple. I am so happy you decided to click on a video today. I wrote down a bunch of ideas I had for videos, and this one kind of keeps sticking out in my mind. Motorcycle honesty on YouTube. It's a really important one because I kind of talked about this, I guess, a while back, just not in the same format. So hear me out. I think what's happening in the motorcycle industry, especially when it comes to YouTube, after doing this for, well, a number of years now, one thing I noticed is a lot of the people who I watch, who are, who make videos, obviously on YouTube, motovlogs and such, I find that they're very good at bending the truth. Obviously, YouTubers in general are good at bending the truth, mostly because a lot of the information, I guess, it's not as easy to verify. Plus, it comes down to the fact that there's a simple fact where many things that we do is opinion based, right? It's our opinions. So it becomes kind of it becomes kind of a funny thing with regards to motorcycle honesty. So when you have your content creator, your favorite YouTuber or motovlogger or whatever it may be, talking about that particular motorcycle, there's a lot of interesting things that I see in those videos, because what happens is, I'm going to use my personal experience. So I'm going to do kind of like a call out myself on this one. So in the beginning, for example, I was talking about my Ninja 300 when I first had my Ninja 300. And I talked that bike up. I really did. But I didn't do it necessarily because I had something to gain from it, but rather I did it because I truly loved the bike. It was my first bike. It was, I just started riding, and that Ninja 300 was really, truly an awesome bike. In hindsight, however, now when I look back at some of those videos, I don't know if I lied or if I just didn't know any better. I was talking, for example, about the Ninja 300 not needing, not having a gear indicator didn't make any difference. Well, at that point, it actually turned out to be kind of false for a number of reasons. And over time, I've seen the comments on some of those videos kind of prove that. The way I portrayed that video is a gear indicator would not help the rider, but rather impede their process. So it will impede their ability to learn to get a feel for the bike just by being able to see the gears. In hindsight, I think that's actually the opposite. I think for people who are just learning, you want to have the gear indicator because it's going to help you a lot. So was it a lie? I guess not per se. It was just a perception at that point as a new rider. But when it comes to motorcycles, there's people talking up these motorcycles. And more often than not, this goes to reviewers, right? Now, there's some great reviewers out there. There's a lot of people that I think are amazing YouTubers. But then there's those who talk about the motorcycles, and they'll talk about 4, 5, 6 different motorcycles, and you'll see that it's almost like a regurgitated script, right? And motorcycles are vastly different from one to the next. It may be slight differences, but there's massive differences in the overall picture. So, just a little bit of a different gearing can change the entire feel of a motorcycle. And when it comes to, motovlogs and motorcycle videos in general, I think there's a lot of information out there that is flying around that's not necessarily what I would call accurate if you're looking to buy a motorcycle, right? Because anybody can have a YouTube channel, thank God, because otherwise I probably wouldn't. One thing that bothers me with that is it seems like the aspect of integrity is gone, right? So a lot of people will talk up their motorcycles because maybe it's the only thing they can afford. And for them, that motorcycle, it could be, everything, right? But they'll talk up that motorcycle to a certain degree where And I guess this is what I did with the Ninja 300 as well, where you talk it up so much that the next person who watches the video and falls for it and they love what you're saying, they go out, they spend the money on that motorcycle, and it may not be anything what you said. And the key reason for this is because it's an opinion, right? We all feel things differently. You know, everything affects how a motorcycle is. For you, your feeling, how you feel on it, right? Your height, weight, body positioning, experience, all of this, if you take the same motorcycle, all of this can be very, very vastly different for each and every person. It works really on an individual basis. This is why there's so many different styles of motorcycles. You have to find the one that suits you the best. I think YouTubers in general are very good at giving their opinions. Giving their first impressions, for example. This is why I hate the word reviews, because it's all realistically impressions. But the problem is that on YouTube, impressions, it doesn't sound the same as review, right? So it's a balance. So the question is, do YouTube, motorcycle content creators, do they lie? The answer is yes and no. So they're lying if you look at the big picture, but they're really not. All they're really doing is they're giving you their personal opinion, right? Their first impressions or their impressions of that particular motorcycle. I see a lot of YouTubers getting a lot of slack for talking about certain motorcycles out there, and their comment section can go quite nuts talking about, well, I don't believe this is the way it is. I think you're full of BS. Well, I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm also saying not necessarily. For them, that motorcycle and their impression of that motorcycle could be exactly as they stated. For you, it may be very different, right? Now, are there genuine lies on YouTube? Of course there are. There's plenty of YouTubers out there who are lying through their teeth. That's why their videos are the way they are. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. That being said, it's kind of difficult to figure out who's telling the truth and who's not. And it's even more difficult to understand if they're doing it on purpose or if they're just simply giving an impression. I think when we all look at YouTube, we have to look at it in be very defensive about the information you're receiving. Motorcycle videos are fun, unless they're really, really stupid, but motorcycle videos are a lot of fun. Informational videos or educational videos you have to kind of do your own research on all this stuff. In fact, I would say when it comes to YouTube, use it as a source of the starting point of your research, not the end result. So if you have something you're looking for, look it up on YouTube, get as much of the information as you can, and then get away from YouTube and just kind of collaborate that information. Find that information everywhere else, not just on YouTube, and kind of put it all together and come to your own conclusion. Because honestly, it's a tough thing to even for us. Like I know when I'm doing my research on things, it drives me bonkers because I can't find information that is, has enough evidence to back up the information that has been given to me. So it's not necessarily that people are lying to you on YouTube. In some cases they are, but it's not necessarily that. Keep in mind, sometimes it's just because it's an opinion. It's that person's opinion. And, if it's your channel, you have the right to your opinion, of course. I think most people should look at YouTube always as an opinion rather than a fact. It's a huge difference, right? This channel, I've mentioned it more times than I can count. Everything I say is always my opinion. It's my perspective. It's the way I see things. It's not necessarily, the be all end all. And I never claim to be the sharpest tool in the shed. So realistically speaking, I just give you my opinion. I give you what I think is happening, or I give you my impressions of what is happening, or the way at least I see what is happening. So no, YouTubers don't necessarily lie. They do, but not necessarily the way you think. And then also a lot of times it's just their impression. It's very important to understand that. That being said, I've become a little bit fond of Reddit lately. And as you guys know, the parent company of KawaKouple is Syrupin Media. So I decided to start up an r/Syrupin Media. I'm going to be posting there basically any new videos coming out. I'm going to be posting the links up there. I'm also going to be kind of giving you guys a little bit more of a rundown on the videos and what I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be writing up some interesting questions, articles, and stuff like that. So if you guys want to go check it out, r/Syrupin Media, I would truly appreciate it. I think it's going to be fun. Again, it's nothing, I'm not making anything from it. It's just Reddit. So something I like to do, something for fun. And plus you guys get to see some of the potential other videos that we create that I decide to put up there. All right. I'll chat with you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. I'll, till the next one, ride safe, take it easy. I know that riding season is pretty much over at this point, at least here it is. So hunker down and let your bike collect some dust. All right, catch you on the next one. Bye.